That means we're live on YouTube.
Oh, that's the live signal. I forgot. I forgot we set up that.
Yeah,
that
it's
air horn.
well known, well established.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to Gaming Central, guys. Hi, guys. This is Dave. And today, we're going to talk about video games.
This is 10-year-old Dave Mann.
I was way cooler than this when I was 10, dude. I wish I was still 10.
I wasn't. I don't think I was even that cool.
I'm so cool, I have 2 phones.
Look out.
Wow.
Dave, did we make the same transition from iPhone to iPhone? What was your white one?
Just a regular iPhone 6.
Oh, I think I had a 6. I think I had a 6S.
Gold background.
But yeah, I went from a 6S to the 10.
Ooh.
What case do you got, dude?
You guys are lucky.
I'm glad you asked, Dave. I have a nice wooden case that I'm a big fan of.
I like that.
Very thin.
Yeah, I went ahead and just bought one at Best Buy, and I got the spec, like one of the spec's
good. Mm-hmm.
And I like it is a good solid case. Like it's got a little bit of a lip here, so if the screen never lays flush with a surface, and then the camera's indented in here, so it's the same way. And but like you can see how much it adds to the phone. I don't know if you can tell or not.
Yeah, there's definitely some margin there.
So it's bigger in my hand, and every time I take the phone out of the case, I'm like, oh man, I wish I just never had to use a case.
Yeah,
the phone feels like it's like 10 years ahead of its time when you take it out of the case, and it bothers me because that's how it was designed to be felt. That's how it was designed to be used, and so I decided today to Google best iPhone 10 cases.
Oof.
And
that's a rabbit hole.
I landed on a case that actually was cheaper than this one. And now this spec case is the 8-foot drop distance thing. They have a 10 as well. And again, I really do like this case. But I love feeling the buttons of the actual phone. And I love the sleekness of these phones. And so I found a brand called what was it called? It was called
interesting choice.
Yeah, I have it on here. Did I just delete it or something? It's in my mail because I bought it.
So I found a brand and I bought it.
Peel is the brand.
Oh yeah,
P-E-E-L.
I almost got one of those.
They're known to be like the slimmest. Like their brand is like you don't even know you have a case. Now, of course, I'm thinking, is it going to protect my $1,000 ridiculously overpriced? I should have never bought it, but I'm glad I did. Phone.
Yeah.
Because even the Apple, like you get so much Apple Care when you buy it, right? But then I signed up obviously for the Apple Plus, which gives me the 2 years. But in the little fine print, it says you're only allowed to have like 2 mess ups, replacements, and that includes, I think, shattered screens. So,
speaking of it, I don't know if you can you guys see that?
Oh no!
I noticed that last week.
Yeah, it fell off my desk.
That's the worst.
All the way down to the bottom, real thin down to the bottom, but everything works fine. There's a hole.
Yeah.
Do you have Plus
insurance?
Yeah, it's $200 to like with the insurance that we have, it's $200 to replace it. And I'm to the point kind of like you were, Dave, where it's like it's starting to not hold the charge as long. Mm-hmm. It's starting to have issues. It's like, do I want to pay $200 to replace this one, or do I want to just wait a little while and maybe upgrade to the 8 or 10?
Who's your carrier, Chad?
Verizon.
You might want to double check because we also have Verizon. Do you have the insurance through Verizon? Is it like Assurian or something?
I think so. I don't know for sure, but I think so.
Okay. So because that's the same insurance we had or have still. And a little while back, I dropped my phone and shattered a screen, and it was $200 to replace the phone,
right?
Which is still less than it costs to like buy a new phone,
right?
So, whatever. Like I did it. It was like shortly after I got my new phone too, which was infuriating. But now they've changed it to where if you don't need the entire phone replaced, if it's just the screen, you can get just the screen replaced. Cecilia just got her screen replaced because it was cracked.
Yeah.
And I think it cost her like $20 or $30.
Oh, that better check.
And they'll work with like local like repair shops. So she just took it to, there's a place around here called You Break I Fix. And she just took it in there, like dropped it off for a couple hours. They replaced the screen. And then all the like billing and all that stuff is done through Asurion, so she didn't have to pay anything except that like $20.
I'll have to check in on that because everything works fine. Like the phone works normally. It's just
even my phone. Bad. My phone is. I still have to pay $100 to get it replaced.
Yeah, that sucks.
Now, see this. I don't know if you can see this, but this you can't really see it that well because of the reflection. That is the with the phone with the case on.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
It has laser cut holes for like the speakers and stuff.
Nice.
And the buttons actually protrude out of the case. It's that thin. So it's like, how does it protect it though? You know?
Right.
And they say,
well, because I almost got one of those, and like this is the case that I had on my 6S.
Yeah.
And it's like it like bends, it's like really flexible, super thin. But this one and the one that I have on it now are infused. It's wood, but it's infused with Kevlar. So it's super shock absorbent. So like I dropped my 6S a million times on like really hard surfaces with this case on it, and like all good.
Yeah.
So it's like those thin cases can peel. I think from what I was reading too, like it's a really good brand. So the thin cases can do a pretty good job.
Cool.
It's just so big. But I love the phone, dude. I'm loving it. I love how I just touch anywhere and it wakes it up.
Yep.
Also, I went old school and I did just the old standard black background. I don't know if you could. I just like it like that.
Oh yeah. Well, because it's got the true black on it, which is nice.
It's cool.
Which I just learned what true black means on like screens. And yeah, it used to be that on like any screens, TV or otherwise, even the black pixels, because like the backlight was over the entire screen, so like even the black pixels would leak some light. And with true black screens, I think they're OLEDs, the pixels that aren't being used, every pixel has a backlight of its own. So the pixels that aren't being used are just not being lit up, which gives you the true black.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. I watched a video of what a CRT screen looks like in super slow motion playing Super Mario Brothers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
This has been Tech Talk.
Say you just transitioned it right back to video games. So that was well done. All right, so let's begin. This is why you come to YouTube though, or you get the laid back what's going on in our life talk.
Right.
This week.
I really have to
get to hear us eat on mic
before I went to the podcast.
You what? I didn't hear what he said.
That's good.
Peeing.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Ready, Chad?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, wait. Let me make sure Audacity's open. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 168 of the South Dakota Gamer Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chad Viss. Joining me, as always, my co-hosts, Dave Mann and Josh Owens.
Yeah. Don't you never tell me those odds. What? You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? Ship that made the Kessler Run less than 12 parsecs. Have you heard that dude from Age of Adeline do that impersonation.
Yeah,
it's like, man, it's crazy.
It's really good.
Someone must have really made a decision that he's not a good actor. Because why else would you not cast him?
Who can say?
Unless he's bad.
There could be other reasons. There are possible other reasons, but
what would the other reasons be?
I mean, who knows? Maybe he's just maybe he's hard to work with. Maybe no one likes him. Maybe he's got real bad breath. I don't know. There could be a plethora of reasons, really.
I don't think
maybe they offered it to him and he turned it down.
That could also be a reason.
That can't be a reason.
Han Solo.
That guy
story coming to theaters near you in just a couple of weeks.
Chad, your prediction, by the way, came true. They started ticket sales on May 4th.
Makes sense. Yep. I'm a genius.
Why?
Obviously.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it was like like 2 weeks, several weeks before. It was like the number of days before the movie was going to release. It just made sense for them to start selling tickets on that day or something, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
I guess. But
I think the fact that it's like the Cinco de Mayo Eve is also, there's like something.
Cinco de Mayo Eve.
Some people like to start early
when Juan with the sombrero comes by your house and leaves you nachos under your palm tree.
That's right. Sombrero. Now, before we get into our Infinity War spoiler cast,
Josh hasn't seen it all yet. Wait,
oh no,
Josh hasn't finished it.
Wait, he hasn't seen it all? Oh, that's right. He walked out. I forgot. Like, what do you mean? He hasn't seen it all?
Yeah.
Now, Josh,
I walked out because I was like, this is a terrible movie.
What point in the movie? Not like, I mean, like what time frame? Like quarter, halfway through the movie did you have to leave?
I was just trying to figure that out with Chad. Apparently, it was maybe a little more than 2/3 of the way through the movie.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, I know. It's so that's
so close to the end game.
So hard.
No.
All right.
Part of me sort of wishes that I stayed, but the other part of me is glad that I didn't.
Yeah.
I've stayed before and still demanded my money back and got it.
It's an option.
Yeah, I was thinking if we did that, it might be difficult to actually get our money back or like get any kind of reparations. So
like when you try to return a burger that you've ate like 3/4 of.
Yeah, I'm sure people do that at Zesto.
Unless you just want to be the jackass, you almost have to give it to them. I mean, just so you know, most of the time they're not going to say no to you.
Hey, I said no pickles on this. It's like, really? Like, from my last bite had a pickle in it.
Yeah, you just moved all 3 pickles to one bite that's left over. I don't know why they're all here,
dude. Come on,
you guys heard it here. The inside scoop. If that's your game. You move all the pickles.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we are not going to spoil Infinity War here. Matter of factly, we are going to talk about video games, and all the things about them. So let's just jump right into what we play last week. Dave, since you love
that doesn't make any sense
so much. If you love the segment, you love the title.
What we play
the best thing about.
If you're gonna keep it at what we play, you can't add something that completely changes the sense.
It was just a sentence. I was just finishing.
If you look at time,
last week,
if you look at time as a flat circle, Dave,
right,
and that it's cyclical, it's and sort of just all on the same plane. Much as God probably sees time, then to God that sentence would make sense. What we play
exactly
last week, because really tenses of verbs
talk about it in your religious
scenario.
So what we play, the best Nate segment in all of video game podcasts, is what we talk about what we've played lately, and Dave is going to start us off with what he played.
That's right, Chad. I'm going to tell you about a little game called The Swords of Ditto.
Okay.
Now, you didn't mention this on the podcast. You actually said it in the text thread, right? I mean, other than releasing when we talked about it.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it much at all.
Well, Chad sent us a text in the text thread basically saying he heard about this game releasing on the PS4. I don't know if it released on other platforms. It did?
I believe so.
He said it was very much reminiscent of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, which is my favorite game of all time. So I bought it I watched a video just to make sure. And I think we were still talking about it when I actually purchased it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, but it was like, what, $20?
I think so.
And I started playing it. I got to say, it is really fun. It is now it's a different little spin on it. The artwork is cool. It's got couch co-op, which is cool. But your little character, there's essentially permadeath, but there's kind of like a workaround. You start off as this little character. They kind of throw you into the story. You pick up the sword, and a lot of times in the Legend of Zelda, you have to go on a little journey to get the sword, right? Well, this one, you start off getting the sword. You're like, oh, man, I'm already ready to go. You start swiping. You start realizing it doesn't seem like you'll be able to do what this little guardian spirit that's leading you around, similar to some of the creatures in, I can't remember the name of the thing in Legend of Zelda. There's like the Ocarina of Time has one. I think Twilight Princess has one. Several of them have little sprites or something that'll lead you around. But then I died, and it went to this little screen, and it said 100 years later. I'm like, what? And this other person wakes up, another character, and I'm playing as a new character. Now it's a girl character, or it's a different national ethnicity character, or some of them didn't even look like humans. Some of them looked like maybe they were animals. Some of them had costumes on. Some of them didn't. But it was a really cool take, because as you progress, you unlock areas of the map, and you remember where you went before, and you get better with each try because you remember things as a player. And then after so long, you can collect all these little objects that allow you to speak to some type of a spirit, and you can transfer some of your things to the next guard or sword of Ditto thing. And you've got
keep your progress to an extent.
You've got 4 days to defeat this enemy, this big enemy, kind of like the Ganon of this game. And the days aren't real time, but they do pass fairly quickly. Like, just playing in an hour, at least one day will go by. So you can't really do it in one
go.
Character. So it is cool that you can go back and do other stuff. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but it was fun playing couch co-op and everything with one of the kids. And so I recommend anybody that likes The Legend of Zelda, check it out. Also, it looks like a really cool couch co-op game. If you want to play with your kid, you want to play with your girlfriend or your wife or sister or mom or brother or dad or cousin, second cousin, twice removed, grandkids, grandparents, just strangers, people that you trust enough to come into your house and play on your console.
Hey, you, come play this game with me.
Yeah. But anyway, what are some other relationships with people that we could have and also play this game?
If there's extraterrestrials that you run into that want to play video games, you can do that. Okay. If we ever run into like a really, really smart chimpanzee, because they could technically play, and you could do that. Anything that has opposable thumbs, I suppose.
What if you meet someone like in a work type situation? They're not really your friend, but you find that you have a mutual interest of gaming. But sort of like a coworker situation, but like not quite. They're not an acquaintance because you know them better than that. But they're not a friend. You don't know them that
like
well.
A very special wardrobe. You could play with Aslan, like a lion or like a goat creature. What are those creatures from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Chad? The ones that are really hard to beat.
Lionels?
Like what are they called? The mythical beasts. It's half of a horse or a goat and a human. Centaur? No. Centaurs. Yeah. You could play with one of those guys, right? Because they have hands like a human. They've got foot hooves.
So really, Dave, you could play with a mermaid. Definitely. In theory.
Mermaid.
All right, I like a merman.
If you somehow fell into the realm of RJ, I can't remember, Tolkien. What's his initials?
Oh, J.R.R. Tolkien.
J.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. You can play with like a Uruk-hai, an orc. You can even play
a hobbit.
You can even play with one of the Steel Brothers.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. Don't have to go to the Lord of the Rings realm to do that.
That's as far as it goes.
You don't have to.
We've covered it all.
Yeah. From child, one bookend to the Steel Brothers.
Everything in between.
Yeah. That's the Swords of Ditto. Check it out. Also, I played some PUBG with Chad a little bit after the podcast last week.
That's correct.
If any of you paid attention to us last week, either in the live YouTube or caught it at all, the three of us stream some more Fortnite.
That's correct.
And I gotta say, guys, I mean, do you want me? Because we each have this.
Do it
in our what we've been playing segment that we could talk about.
Yeah, do it.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
We won.
Yeah.
We won.
We won a match.
That was a good win too.
It was a good win. We worked hard. We fought. There was a lot of little sniper fights. A lot of Josh had a Gatling gun.
Yeah,
he was just going to town.
I felt like
it's Ron great Burgundy for tearing down people's. Yeah,
you haven't tried it.
It's great for tearing down forts.
Yeah,
it takes a while to spin up, so it's not great in like one-on-one firefights, but great for tearing down.
It was fun. There was a lot of close calls. A couple of us died and got revived. Like there was a lot of pressure going on, trying to get down. I mean, it was really good. I
clipped the highlight from Twitch and from my perspective and uploaded that to YouTube. So it's like a 20-minute video. You can go see the entirety from my perspective anyway.
Cool. So, that was that. And then last but not least for me was the big heavy hitter of the last several weeks, God of War.
Boy.
Yeah. And I rolled credits actually this morning.
Bravo.
Bravo. Oh, man. What a game. I can't wait to go back and get the platinum. I just checked out the trophies for the first time this morning, and I gotta say it seems like a relatively easy platinum, I would say.
Yeah, there's some collectibles to get and such, but
yeah, easy, not because it's a cheap platinum. You definitely got to put some time into it to get it, but because of the game that's associated with it, it's really fun platinum to get. Really enjoyable platinum to get. Not a lot of increasingly monotonous things. Maybe the Odin's Ravens might be a little bit monotonous, but I mean, most of them I've already gotten over half of them just exploring the world. Yeah. And man, those Valkyrie fights, that's tough. Something else. Did you kill one yet?
No, I haven't. I was trying to fight one, and he was kicking my butt, or she was, and I was like, you know what? I'll come back.
Yeah. Man, I got to be careful too, and not to spoil anything.
I know.
It's really difficult. But man, is it fun? Is it
play
fun
that game
from beginning to end? The surprises, the twists and the turns, the set pieces. I guess if that's the right thing to say. Yeah. The artwork involved,
looks fantastic.
How ominous they make everything feel. I mean, the world is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And you've got that wide breadth of design because of the different realms that you get to travel to.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see all kinds of different landscapes. You get to see like a floral woodland type. You get to see like icy mountain range. You get to see like fiery brimstone type stuff, which is ironically not hell.
Right.
Yeah. So man, and the weapons are really cool. The buddy system with your son Atreus is really cool. The story involved, the creatures you meet, the people you meet, just it's the combat. I loved every second of it. Can't wait to get back.
Enjoyable game. Yeah.
I gotta say, this is completely off page, off the cuff here, and off target of what I was actually talking about. But I got a random craving for Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I know it's random. I don't know where I got it the other day, but I was like, man, I got to get through.
While playing this game?
I don't think it was while playing this game. I'm trying to think of why, but I just was thinking about, in the spirit of what I've been playing, I also wanted to mention what I've been thinking about playing.
Okay, then. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, you have to say it that way because I can't say what I think I play because that means something completely different.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's just straight up dumb.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
Look forward to playing more God of War.
Yeah.
Although I look forward to where we're going to play tonight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Josh, what have you been up to?
Hey, I played two things this week. I played some Fortnite, as Dave said, and we got a squad win. That's my first squad win.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so I was excited about that. I also got like 3 solo second places the other day. I'm trying for that. I'm trying for another win.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that, and then I spent most of my time this week playing Far Cry 5, trying to get to the end, so that we can talk that ending over, because apparently it's a good one.
I want to know.
But Hope County.
I've not beat that game.
Just remembered that they existed, huh?
I forgot.
Wait, actually, Dave, I was gonna say I thought I saw you playing it the other day.
Mm-mm.
You didn't play it?
No.
Hope County is getting real. It's getting real crazy.
Yeah,
it's getting real crazy.
It does.
I'm up to Jacob. So Jacob Seed is the last guy I have to topple before I move on to Joseph. Mm-hmm. I'm racking those trophies up. Feels real good. I finally got my over 150 meter headshot.
Nice.
It was what is it called? So the location that you have to liberate, which is like it's not like an arboretum, but they have like greenhouses.
Yep.
Like this big building, there's greenhouses. That's where I got it, because there was there's like a big like hill / mountain like right next to it. So you can get some high ground, and then if you're looking from the mountain towards the whatever it is, like it's pretty much a straight shot. And there was a guy that was just like patrolling up and down like a little walkway. So it was super easy to line up. Finally got it.
Cool.
So that was good. I'm unlocking some pretty cool weapons. That game's got this. It's got a lot of good variety. So I upgraded my sniper rifle, and I was going with the SCAR looking gun. It's not called a SCAR in the game though. It's like a
AKM?
Man, I can't remember what it is. No, the AK is what I have now.
Okay.
It's the very first rifle in like that rifle section. So I had that like all upgraded, and then I finally unlocked the AK, the modern AK. So I got that and upgraded it. I have like in most games when you put silencers on your guns, it lessens the range or the damage, but not in Far Cry, which is great.
Yeah.
So I have silencers on every weapon that I have. So it's fantastic. And yeah, I did a Clutch Nixon stunt that was like, most of them are like in a plane or a 4-wheeler or a car or something. This one was just in your wingsuit, and it was fantastic.
Oh, that sounds cool. I don't think I did that one.
It was a lot of fun. So you're just like, obviously like you're gliding in your wingsuit and you're flying through these circles, but it's way different than piloting a plane through these circles, because you're more mobile, but it almost makes it harder because like it's very touchy controls.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. Those Clutch Nixon things, that's a very welcome addition.
Yeah, it's cool.
To a Far Cry game. It's very cool. And the theme song is hilarious. If you can hear it behind what's happening on your screen,
right?
The lyrics are very funny. And then so the last thing I'll mention that I noticed, so when I first started playing the game, there was no licensed music in the game. It was all like, well, I started off in John Seed's area, who's like, you know, the Power of Yes motivational speaker guy.
Right.
And like, I think I mentioned it even, like you'd roll up on one of their camps, and like their like hymns or whatever would be playing over the radio, and people would be singing along badly. But then even when I would liberate one and then like be driving a car or something, there was no licensed music playing like in any of the vehicles on any of the radios. So I don't know if it's come with an update that they, or like a patch or something that they like added to the game later, but I'm now noticing like a lot of licensed music in the game. Like a lot of like 80s rock, obviously some country, things like that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was always in there and I just wasn't in the right region to hear it, but it's in there now.
Interesting.
So because I was just always turning off the radio anytime I was in a vehicle, because I was like, I don't like this. But now I don't mind listening to the radio, because it's actually some pretty good music. So yeah. So it's still such a good game. I'm having
it's fun.
Real good time. Even the fetch quests don't feel too like annoying. The only thing I'm in the region I'm in now, the only thing that I feel like is a little bit annoying is how they there's like, as you level up the resistance level in each region, you always get like taken somehow by whoever's in charge of the region several times, and it breaks up the flow of the game in such a way, like it's like it takes you out of it, because it's like, if they can capture you this easily, why don't they just always capture you and then do away with you? Like they keep letting you go,
right?
So it's like, it's very strange, like that storytelling choice. But other than that, it's great. I'm really enjoying it.
Did you do the side missions for Larry yet?
Larry,
conspiracy theorist dude.
Is he
the first region? I think John's region.
Is he the real crazy guy? Like, is he the guy that's like building that big electrical contraption?
Yeah. You go through all that, get the weapon.
Yeah, I got that weapon.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty cool. I've used it a few times. It's not the greatest at any sort of range.
Right. But it just obliterates people. Just turns them into mush.
That kind of stuff, that's really what I like about this game. Like because they've like, again, I don't know where Jeff was getting a lot of what he was saying, because it tackles some very serious like subject matter. Like there's a scene where you're captured by it's like one of those like break up the story scenes, and you're captured by Jacob, and then Joseph C, the big guy, is telling you the story about his wife and his baby, and I won't go into it, because it's like it's a memorable thing.
Oh yeah.
But there's been several of those like along the way, where like people are telling you these stories, or like you just happen upon this information. It's like really heavy. And
I'm guessing he just never got to those points within the game. And if you don't get to those points, I can see that would be your thought. But
yeah, maybe. So it's like it's doing some heavy stuff. Like it's doing that kind of thing. But then it also like it breaks it up with crazy conspiracy theory guys that are just like, that whole side mission was hilarious. And then like people like Herc, like you have to go get his like vehicle back, and like he's just like saying all this crazy stuff.
Hilarious.
The flamethrower dude, like that whole side mission thing. Like if you go and like rescue Cheeseburger from the Fang Center, like all that dialogue is funny. So there's a lot of like really, really funny, like just super lighthearted, wacky stuff in this game. A lot of references, I feel, to like a lot of the DLC that they're releasing as part of the season pass, because like some of it references aliens, some of it references zombies. So I think they do a really good job of tying it all together. Actually, I took a screenshot. There's one whole side mission that's like this guy that's like filming a movie. And so like when you go into it, there's a poster. It says Far Cry Blood Dragon 3.
That's awesome.
So that's like the movie that he's producing.
That's great.
And so like you have to like help him like finish his movie or whatever. And it's the very 80s techno, like the lights are like in lasers and stuff are going. So it's got a really good like lighthearted, humorous side to it. But the meat of the game is I think they're telling a really good, compelling story. It's very good.
Yeah.
And it's very current. Like they don't pull punches when they're talking about like, there's obvious references to Trump. There's obvious references to Obama. Actually, Obama is named at one point. They say Obama by name. But it's a very good game. I like it.
It's fun. Cool. Very nice. All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Cool. Well, for me is a lot of the same. PUBG, as Dave mentioned, Fortnite, as has already been mentioned, and God of War as well. I concur with Dave. I was very close. I've been ahead of Dave for pretty much the whole time. And then here today, he basically caught up with me and surpassed me within the morning. And I had gotten to a point, he's like, actually, I'm there too. And I was like, oh no, I'm at work. And I knew he wasn't at work yet. So he was playing. And then he told me he finished. And I was like, okay, so how much time does that take from where we were, where I told you I was, to being done? And he gave me a time estimate. I'm like, all right, how can I do this before the podcast? And I think last week I mentioned I was on this weight loss challenge with some guys back at that I know, and I ended up losing. Okay, I told Andy the story, Papa Andy. So we had our final.
I meant to ask.
Yeah, we had our final weigh-in this last Wednesday, and it was down to me and one other guy. And so we both weighed in. He lost like 9 pounds in a week, which who does that? I don't know what he was doing, but he swears he didn't do anything out of the ordinary. I don't know if I believe him. But anyway, so he lost 9 pounds, and then I'd lost like 4 more pounds. And we did the math. We both lost the exact same amount of weight, down to the 10th of a pound. We both lost 29.6 pounds since March 1st. And so we had to go to percentage. And because he started lower than I was, he beat me by 0.37%.
Wow.
$200 lost by 0.37 per freaking cent. I was happy for him and happy for the weight that I lost, but so bummed that I couldn't believe. I mean, going into the week, I'm like, the only way he's going to beat me is if he just has a huge week, which who has a huge week 9 weeks in, right? That's when you start to slow down. And no one lost that much weight in any given week the entire time. And he loses almost 10 pounds in the final week. I didn't see that coming. I just couldn't believe it. I was happy for him. He's getting married next weekend, so good for him, whatever. But still, I lost over 30 pounds by now. So I still been doing my treadmill thing. So I talked about doing the Batman Telltale and having a hard time playing God of War because it's so involved. But because of where I was, because of what David said, I'm like, I got to play God of War. So I hopped on the treadmill when I got home from work. I was on the treadmill for like 56 minutes at a 3.8 to 4 mile per hour brisk walk, we'll say. I didn't fall off one time. I had a really, intense battle happened. And I was not able to quite finish it all the way. I'm very close, but I wasn't able to finish it all the way. But I'll just reiterate what Dave said is God of War is, if you have PlayStation 4, you've got to play this game. Do you have to play it immediately? No. You're going to run across spoilers at some point if you're not careful. But, man, it's just everything about it's great. The gameplay is great. The fighting mechanics are fun. Like Dave said, the sidekick with your son is so well done. And then for me, the biggest thing I've really enjoyed about this game is the storytelling, the character development, even some of the side characters. They have this point where you're in a boat and you're going from section to section, and kind of like with Uncharted 4, when you're in the Jeep, they'll tell stories, right? The characters will intertalk, and if you stop and get out, they'll be like, all right, we'll pick that up in a minute, and they'll stop. You get back in, they're like, okay, now where were we? They have that exact same thing. And I found myself like getting to my destination and just staying in the boat to let the story finish because it's riveting to me. And they're telling ancient Norse mythology, their version of it. And so you have a character that's been around and he's telling you the history of this character with this character and what's happened here. And I'm like, I don't want to get out. I want to hear the rest of this, not main story quest, not even a side story quest, just a little blurb of information historical that I'm talking about. And I want to get it all. I want to soak all of it in. So that to me is the biggest thing that's just kind of hit me in the head, is that the story and all the little dialogue I'm loving so much. The lore of this game is just fantastic. So we'll probably here within the next couple weeks have a brief spoiler cast where we just talk about this only. It'll be a separate podcast so that you'll know it's coming. If you want to listen to it, you can. If you don't have to, or you can see it and save it for later. But that's all I'll say about it for this week. And that's all that we played then. So it's going to bring us into, since those are the games that we have played, we're going to talk about the games that we can play here real soon, brought to us by Papa Andy and his word of the week. Eurobescent, guys. Eurobescent is the word of the week. And since this is so easy, and I have no doubt this will be a quick definition of what Eurobescent means.
You ready, Josh?
I'll take a crack at it. All right. Arabescent. Okay. Now, the ending of the word essent, okay, that means, something is like it's something. This is a descriptive word, much like a pubescent child has the same sort of suffix to it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say erubescent. Erudite is a word that usually means somebody's like very well learned or knowledgeable or very smart. So I'm going to guess that erubescent means characterized by being smart or knowledgeable, or maybe in the process of becoming smart or knowledgeable.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Dave, you want to take a crack at this?
This is just very simply put, guys, a categorization of every pubescent boy in Europe. Eurobescent.
Well done.
It's Eurobescent.
Euro.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. The actual Webster's dictionary definition is becoming red or reddish, aka blushing.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Papa Andy's Eurobescent.
I thought I was so close.
I mean, you were close or ish.
Is erud? I think erudite is spelled the same way though. It's ERUDITE. And it means like.
I mean, the logic is sound. It makes sense
Smart.
where you're going for. So
interesting.
Erubescent. All right, Dave. So, what are some of the new releases that European pubescent boys could play if they wanted to? Just say.
What are you saying? Yes. So, for the new releases of this week on May 8th, for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, is Conan Exiles. Now, do you guys know anything about Conan Exiles?
A little bit.
What are you doing with your fingers, Chad?
I know a little bit about it. What are
you sizing things up? Conan Exiles is an open-world survival game set in the lands of Conan the Barbarian. Survive in a vast and seamless world, build a home and kingdom, and dominate your enemies in single and multiplayer. Now, dominate is a word that I would be careful using in a game where you are allowed to have massive swinging genitalia.
Wow.
In a video game.
Is that only in the PC version though? Is that not correct?
I believe it is.
I think I read that it's only in
Now I did download and played a little bit of the free demo for this. And I created both male and female characters. There is an option you can choose between more or less nudity. At all times, the nether regions of the groin area are covered up. But for the woman, you can go completely topless. I'm just going to throw it out there. And you can pick the size of your top region, as women often refer to their breasts. The top.
Yeah, I've heard them call it that a lot.
Yeah, my top region.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to secure my top region.
Yep.
That is said a lot in the female.
So what else is coming out this week, Dave?
just
what's number 2?
This is a game that's similar to a very popular Ark Survival Evolved, although it's got its very own take on that. It has a little bit more of a story, more lore, from what I understand. Little bit less just completely open and non-linear, as it's hard to say any linear to describe this game at all. But whereas Ark is just turn you loose in this world and anything can happen, this has more of a mythology and more of a actual, like I said, lore to it. So like I said, I'm pretty sure PlayStation 4 will be the same way. You can go on Xbox and get and try this for free. It didn't seem super intuitive right off the bat, but the videos that it shows looks a lot better than Ark Survival Evolved as far as the graphics and that kind of stuff. So if that interests you at all, go check it out. Conan Exiles for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on May 8th. Also on May 8th is Destiny 2 Warmind Expansion coming to the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Chad?
Yeah.
How excited about this are you?
Not a lot.
Really?
Not really.
That's sad.
I think it's because mainly God of War is just kind of got all of my attention right now. So that may change. I would like to. I haven't tried out.
Well, yeah, we had our little South Dakota Raiders that we had. We've talked about getting that back together, and I think at one point we will. But as far as Destiny 2 goes, the expansion 2 called Warmind continues your Guardian's journey with an all-new story. So moving on to the net, and I'm just kidding. There is a little bit more description. Anna Bray, a Guardian long thought lost, searches for a connection to her past, one that could forever be lost on the polar ice caps of Mars. As Golden Age warsats begin slamming into the ice, the glaciers begin to thaw, revealing the core of the Warmind Rasputin. Yeah, that's what I said.
Right.
And an ancient hive army bent on its destruction. Now free, the hive swarm in service to their god Zol help Anna discover her past and discover. Now, I want to make a break there. It was now free, the hive swarm in service to their god Zol. The hive swarm as a verb in service to their god Zol. The first time I read it, I read it as now free, the hive swarm in service to their god Zol help Anna discover her past. No, that's not right. They are an enemy of her.
It's not a hive swarm.
Right.
It's that the hive
is swarming in service to their god Zol.
Gotcha.
Help Anna discover her past and destroy the hive's gargantuan worm god before it's too late. Features are an all-new raid lair, Spire of Stars, new themed weapons, armor, and gear to earn, all-new ritual activity, Escalation Protocol is what it's called, all-new relic weapon, the Valkyrie, new strikes, new story missions and adventures, new destination polar ice caps of Mars, and access to multiplayer arenas in private matches. So all you Destiny players and ones that have been active all the way through and ones that are looking to get back into it, on May 8th, Warmind expansion comes out, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
I don't think I was aware that Mars had polar ice caps.
There's a lot that you don't know about Mars, Josh.
Apparently.
I had to break it to you.
Like it's populated also by demons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
on March 8th, also for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch is Raging Justice. Now, would any of you like to take a gander at what Raging Justice is all about?
I'm gonna say
was that correct? Take a gander.
I mean, usually taking a gander is looking at something.
Yeah. Take a guess.
I'm gonna say this is about a very calm, mild-mannered detective that is just trying to, make his way in the world and not
basically
make
the opposite of Batman.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Raging Justice is a city that is in chaos. This is the description. With crime and corruption around every corner, it's all down to a team of hard-hitting, justice-seeking mavericks to clean up the streets with some tough justice. Raging Justice is a classic beat-em-up, dragged kicking and screaming into the 21st century. It's arcade genre is what it's sitting in. Publisher Team 17 Digital. I'm not really familiar with them, but it definitely looks kind of like a fighter, but it's kind of in the frame of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like for the arcade.
Yeah, okay.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Does it look like the kind of thing where you would like pick your character before you start playing?
I think so, yeah. And there's multiple characters on screen at the same time, but it looks kind of like a fighter, but you're going through a stage, and you're not fighting each other. You're like beating up other like AI and stuff like that.
Cool.
So that's Raging Justice for May 8th. Now, May 9th for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One is a game that I thought Chad misspelled, but he did not. It is called Subaria, I believe. Subaeria.
It's too many vowels.
Yeah. So Subaria is an intense action puzzler where players use their wits to manipulate their enemies into destroying each other.
Whoa.
Now, that's a very short description that was on Steam, so I decided I wanted to look a little bit into it because I was curious. Because I like puzzlers, and the idea of making your enemies kill each other caught my attention. So some more about this game. Subaria is an intense action puzzler with roguelike elements. Players use their wits to manipulate their enemies and destroying each other. They'll have to be smart in how they approach different situations and think strategically on how to use their environment and abilities to defeat their enemies. Players follow Styx, a young girl who's out for revenge after her family is murdered by the overlord of Siberia. She must fight her way through droves of murderous robots by pitting them against one another. As she progresses towards her goal of revenge, she'll explore the underwater city of Siberia to uncover the mysteries that lie below the depths. Chad, was that you?
That was not me.
That was me.
Josh, you're dismissed.
Keeping it professional.
That was Siberia for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on May 9th. Then coming to May 10th, a well-loved game that we've talked about here before.
It's a classic.
In the South Dakota Gamer Podcast. Coming to the Switch is Immortal Redneck, guys.
I'm going to tell you, it's about time this got ported. You
remember this one. If you do not remember, Immortal Redneck is a first-person shooter set in Egypt with roguelike elements. That's a common theme here in these new releases for this week. Frantic gameplay, twitch controls, and an arcade-style feel meet randomly generated dungeons, a complete skill tree, permanent death, and 9 classes with different traits. Now, I did want to, just for the sake of the humor in this, I wanted to read just a quick description of what the game is. The game revolves around a redneck tourist who wakes up mummified in ancient Egypt after an accident.
Yeah.
Why is he here? How did he survive the accident? And why the heck is he mummified?
Quite the accident.
The answer lies within the 3 danger-filled pyramids of Giza, all protected by an army of monsters and huge bosses. Obviously, your mission is to get inside the pyramids, kill all the enemies, and discover what's going on.
Obviously.
Yeah, a mummified redneck.
Mm-hmm.
It's... I don't know, man. I don't know who thought of this game. I'd be curious to see maybe some gameplay. It looks kind of crazy. I mean, if I ever want to play it, I just
if you ask me, the story seems a little, been there, done that. I think from the title you can gather that it's probably going to be a mummified redneck in Egypt fighting zombies and monsters and whatever. We've seen it before. But the execution in this game is really where I think it shines.
These kind of games are dead. That's what I hear. This game's trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
Also, for the Switch, a re-release of a game that we all 3 have played and all 3 very much like. On May 10th, 3-Force Home Extended Edition is coming to the Switch. I also think this is coming to PC because I'm reading about it on Steam. Would that not be the case? Do they have reviews of games on Steam even if it's not being released to PC?
It may have already been on Steam.
Oh, okay. Maybe this
is just not available for sale on Steam.
Release date March 20th, 2015. 3-Fourths Home Extended Edition. So this has actually been out for a while. When did 3-Fourths Home come out? When we first
couple years.
Yeah, when we first played it. So the Extended Edition must have come out very quickly thereafter. If it was released in 2015, I would have to think so. Right, that's the release date for the original game, and it's mixed up. Yeah. Anyways, for those of you who haven't played it, a visual short story set in Nebraska. 3-Fourths Home follows an extended conversation between Kelly and her family during a drive home through an intense thunderstorm. So it's a very interesting game. Basically, it's just, that's a perfect description. Yeah. You just hit buttons every once in a while to progress the dialogue as she's driving. This was a while since I played it. I can't remember how it ends.
It's a story game for sure.
I think it sort of depends on the conversation too, the way it ends.
Yeah, but very well received game. Not expensive game. I can't remember what the price was. I can't imagine it's that much. It does fit. It does go very well. I would imagine on the Switch. It just seems like it's a great place for it. That type of a game on the Switch. Sit in the car, sit at the doctor's office, sit anywhere you have to wait, kill some time.
Yep.
Play it while you're driving and get really meta with it.
No.
Play it while you're driving having a conversation with your parents.
Not supported.
That's perfect.
Not endorsed by this podcast.
Sorry.
Do what you want.
South Dakota Gamer doesn't say do that.
No.
But South Dakota Gamer also says on May 10th, do whatever you want. On May 11th, also coming out to the Switch is One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Now, I've been waiting to tell you guys about One Piece Pirate Warriors 3.
I've been waiting to hear about it.
Yeah.
In order to fully grasp this game, you have to know the story of One Piece.
No, do we though?
I feel like you really need to know the story of One Piece.
I mean,
that means we have to go way back before there were bikinis.
Yeah. Just all One Piece.
To the days of striped long bathing suits.
One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Enjoy the original story of One Piece from Fuchsia Village, where everything has started, to the kingdom of Dressrosa, a mysterious island dominated by the evil Don Quixote.
Don Quixote?
Yeah. Don
the crazy
Quixote
guy that fought windmills?
do Flamingo. While your resolution be strong enough, will your resolution be strong enough to defeat the most dangerous pirates, including Doflamingo and many more? Gather every member of the Straw Hat crew, like in the original story. See,
yes,
that's what I mean. If you don't know the original story of One Piece, I feel like you're going to miss out on this.
Here's what you need to know about One Piece: anime. Done.
Anime.
Like in the original story, sail to the most emblematic places and enter the most epic battles. Marineford, Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, and Dressrosa. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 brings you many exciting improved and new features, including higher quality graphics and animation. The One Piece universe has never been depicted so faithfully. Number of popular characters weaving the stories greatly increased. Sabo, Doflamingo, Fujitora, and many more. Improved gameplay and incredible new co-op actions. Parentheses, no online co-op. Heartbreaker, guys. I know, but you gotta come to my house if you want to play this game with me. More action than ever in the latest installment of the Pirate Warriors series, created by Koei Tecmo Games and Bandai Namco Entertainment.
Okay, here's
amazing.
Here's what I want to know: will Blanca be a playable character at launch?
I don't know. But on the PC, you do have to have. It's recommended you have 4 gigabytes of RAM.
Okay.
That's intense. Okay.
So just so you guys know, or even think about it, check out
what to expect. Woof.
And that's what you can play this week.
I'm just glad that they're being faithful to the One Piece universe. You know what I mean?
It's like one of the longest running animes for real. And if for some reason Dave was doing like Mexican, Japanese sounding people, it was really a blend of ethnicities.
I was surprised to hear that Don Quixote was going to make an appearance in this game, but I won't question it.
No,
hey, I'm just saying. I'm just pronouncing it. I'm pronouncing it how I see it, guys.
Fair
want me to spell it for you?
No,
I'll spell it. I will spell it for you.
Let's not.
And you guys pronounce it how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay?
Gonna do it anyway.
DonQuixote.
Don Quixote.
Yep. I think you nailed it.
And Doflamingo.
Yep. Don Flamingo.
Doflamingo.
Lennon.
Don Flamingo, son. Nailed it. Did you say Lennon?
Exactly, man.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Don Quixote. Doflamingo.
And this Japanese anime.
Or you can just say Don Quixote. Doflamingo.
That's better. I think that's closer.
Something else.
Mm-hmm. Jackie Chan did. Good job. All right, let's move on.
Don Quixote, Doflamingo.
You choose. We aren't going to tell you how to say things.
Dos Flamingos.
Okay. Moving right along into the news that you can use.
If you so choose.
Do so.
All right, so I have a question for you guys and the listeners. I don't know why this has not happened before today. I don't know why it took me this long to have this thought. But we all know Fortnite is huge, right? And our first story for the news is Fortnite, the game that we won last week. One time, yes, we're so good at this game. Season 4 has started since we began last week. There's a big crossover event happening this week with Marvel, specifically Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. And we're going to get to that here in just a moment. But for those of you who have listened long enough, know that I own a restaurant called the Zesto here in Berkeley, South Dakota. Dave has even been fortunate enough to eat there a few times. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I haven't thought of this before, but we need a Fortnite themed ice cream of some kind.
Yes, you do.
So to you guys, fellow hosts, and to all the listeners out there, I need your input. I need your advice. I need your thoughts on how do I make a Fortnite themed ice cream treat. Before you take the first step, I have a slush flavor called the Slurp juice. Okay, we're gonna take Blue Mood, which is like a really bright blue, mix it with lime, which is bright green, kind of make that teal blue Slurp juice flavor.
I like the idea.
Or look, so I got that, but I'm thinking more like a Blizzard style.
Okay,
or even a Sundae.
I've got it.
I've got it. Okay, you first, Dave.
No, I've got it.
Okay, you first, Dave.
Let me hear you. What you got?
And
I'm taking notes.
A Blizzard works perfect for this, Chad.
Okay, I'm listening.
Murky Meyer Mint.
Okay, what is this?
It's a flavor of ice cream.
Okay.
You want me to give you the actual ingredients?
Well, yeah, what would it be? What would it?
A little bit of swamp water.
Okay.
But you gotta.
I feel like we might.
No.
The health inspector may not be cool with that.
Bear with me.
Okay, I'll hear you out.
That's what the ingredient is to the consumer.
Okay.
It's not real swamp water.
Fair. Okay.
Well, if Chad's not using genuine swamp water, I don't want this Blizzard.
I feel like a part of what you need is that oh man, what is that? What were those blue, like kind of bluish floats that you could get at Dairy Queen? It was like blue drink,
like slush,
something like that, but it was kind of sourish.
Okay.
But you don't want it to be too sour. You want it to be more minty.
Okay.
You don't want it to be full. I mean, you said Blizzard. I mean, I'm thinking as I'm talking, it needs to be more of a float.
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, it could be any. And for the record, we call them avalanches because Blizzards are trademarked by Dairy Queen. But
right.
It could be a Sundae. It could be a float. It could anything.
I think now that I'm talking and saying it out loud and thinking more than 30 seconds before I speak, I think Murky Meyer Mint would be a good flavor for a float. Murky Meyer, a float. You make some type of swamp juice that's kind of minty. I don't know how.
What if you just use like a suicide, right? Like remember you get soda and you just every single flavor.
Yeah, but you've got to have mint in there. You'll destroy the mint flavor if you throw all kinds of other flavors in there. That's why I backtracked on the sour stuff.
Okay,
because everyone knows a good
work in process
includes Surge, and you probably don't want Surge in your minty.
That's true.
Yeah, and see, I don't even like mint, but I just like the idea of
the alliteration. Right, yes. right. Okay, I like it. Josh, what do you got?
I haven't figured it all out yet, Chad. Sorry.
It's fine. No, that's good for
trademark that.
I was verbal trademark.
I declare trademark.
I was just gonna go not serious at all with it, and I was gonna say if you could somehow infuse. Okay, so I was thinking more of like a twist type ice cream.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, I could do that.
You know, like little bit of half and half action.
Yep.
So if you could somehow infuse hope and despair into ice cream, and then do a hope despair twist.
So what does hope taste like? Like in general, it's different. But what's hope taste like?
I think hope tastes like it's probably very citrusy.
Okay. So like a lemonade,
like tropical,
or tropical. Tropical seems very happy.
Okay, and what about despair? What does that taste like?
I think despair
licorice
tastes. Yeah, I was just gonna say that it would taste like black licorice.
So black licorice citrus twist.
Yeah,
sounds awful.
Because those are the two emotions that you experience often in Fortnite.
You're not wrong.
Just the yin yang of playing Fortnite.
Absolutely.
Just twist it up.
Well, listeners, if you have better ideas and suggestions than these two, I mean, if you think you could even come close to as good as these are,
you probably have better ideas.
Let me know, and I'll credit you for the creation if we do use it, or at least the input.
Chad.
Yeah. Oh, he's got an idea.
Murky Meyer Moose Tracks.
Okay.
Because then you could go with the dirt look, the mud look.
Okay.
You know?
I like it.
You should make them llama tracks.
Even better because the game has llamas, not
llamas.
Mooses is moose.
There's
mooses.
I think it's Mies.
Yeah, llamas are a thing of Fortnite. So if you have a suggestion, let us know. SouthDakotaGamer@gmail.com, or you can go to our Facebook page.
But Moose Tracks is an ice cream flavor. That's why I said that, not because of moose in Fortnite.
Well, it's got to be a Fortnite tie-in. That's
Murky Meyer
moose, but there's no mooses in.
Oh my gosh! There's also no mint. You don't see.
You don't know that.
Oh, come on!
You don't know that.
You don't know what shield potion tastes like.
You don't know that there's no moose in there. There could be.
It could be just hiding. So if you have anything, let us know. So the news that you can use, as I mentioned, Fortnite's having a Marvel crossover event. They announced it today. It's going to begin tomorrow. It's very similar to their Blitz mode or their 50 versus 50. And I have from Entertainment Weekly, reported by Entertainment Weekly, the new Infinity Gauntlet limited time mashup mode starts out like a battle royale match. The only difference is that somewhere on the map is the all-powerful Infinity Gauntlet. The player who equips it will immediately turn into Thanos, wielding the incredible power seen in the film. Apparently, the idea for this crossover came from the Infinity War directors Joe and Anthony Russo themselves. For the past few months, this is their quote: "While we were editing Infinity War, we would take breaks and hop on and get in a few games." Joe told EW, and then we started thinking, how cool would it be to have some kind of Avengers Fortnite mashup? So we stalked Epic Games creative director Donald Mustard. Naturally, Mustard agreed this would be an excellent idea. So this is starting tomorrow on the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and iOS. It's going to be a week-long, limited time, I believe, Infinity Gauntlet mashup. So one Infinity Gauntlet on the map somewhere. The player that gets it is imbued with all the powers that the Infinity Gauntlet had from the movie. No spoilers on who and what, because not everyone has seen it. So they didn't really get into a whole lot of detail exactly what you'll be able to do, but they do say you'll have all the powers that Thanos does at that time. That's pretty cool.
I mean, as far as what the Gauntlet can do, the Infinity Stones, that's not really spoilers to talk about that.
Not what it can do, because and we know we've talked about the comics, right? The comics, he snaps his fingers and half of everything alive dies.
So, but like, let's go down to the nitty gritty. Will there be time control in Fortnite?
Right. Will you be able to rewind time?
That would
be able to teleport.
That would be really cool.
Like Thanos comes in and out of the teleportation things. I mean, will you get it?
Will you see all of the players that have ever died in Fortnite, their ghosts running around because of the Soul Stone?
I didn't even think about that.
What if you could just
that would literally crash the server. There's no way.
With like the Reality Stone, what if you could turn like another player into a weapon that you could use against other players?
That's pretty. Yeah.
What if there was a glitch? Limitless. What if there was not a glitch, but there was an Easter egg where you can actually use the Infinity Gauntlet to actually see in Fortnite the entire next Avengers movie?
Okay, now you're just
ahead of time.
That would be pretty good.
Hey, that's the Easter egg. See the movie in Fortnite in engine.
So will you be able to just wipe out the?
I would imagine. Like my first initial thought is whoever finds it. I mean, you're not going to find it necessarily when there's 100 players.
You just knock out
half of them just die. And it's random, and you just could die. Oh, someone got the Infinity Gauntlet. I died, and you just get rid of half the playing field as soon as you turn into Thanos.
What if
Thanos running around shooting guns?
What if it's super indiscriminate and there's a chance that it could knock you out as the user?
Oh, that'd be crazy too. So that's going to come out tomorrow. Obviously, you'll be able to see that.
I am very excited about this. I will be playing this a lot.
Fortnite's not big enough. Now we're going to throw the biggest movie in recent memory into this game. It's insane. What is this? Yeah. They're going to take over the world. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, Disney's got some competition now.
It's insane.
I want to talk to you about that. Wait, what?
You want to talk to us about what?
For taking over the world. I meant.
Yeah, but Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah, but Fortnite or Epic Games owns Fortnite. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about. I was pretty sure Chad was talking about Marvel taking over the world.
Oh, I was talking about Epic Games, but
well, now they're teaming up to take over the world together.
Well, yeah,
that's the next umbrella corporation for sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I used to think it was going to be Apple, but now I'm convinced this is where it's at.
What if Disney buys Apple, and all of the apples turn into like Mickey Mouse heads?
Oh no!
We just have the next mouse phone.
I don't think. Oh no! I don't think I'll buy any more Apple products.
iMouse 10.
You won't be able to. They're mouse products now.
Yeah,
I'm not buying any mouse products.
You say that now.
Phones are like $8,000.
All right.
Yeah, I'm part of the mouse ecosystem. I have a mouse book, a mouse phone.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Mouse pad.
Fortnite Season 4 going on right now, 2 weeks in. Check it out. All right, next, Red Dead Redemption 2 released their trailer a day or two after we did the podcast last week. Did you guys get a chance to watch that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you excited? Does this make you more excited? What do you think?
I'm very, as I've always been, and rightfully so, I'm extremely excited in anticipation of this game. Mm-hmm, I was disappointed in the trailer, not because of what I saw, but because it showed us no gameplay. Like, I want to see the game being played.
The rumor is a lot of those scenes were not cut scenes, but they were actually gameplay footage.
Yeah, and I understand, because you look at a game like God of War 2 or God of War 4 also. Yeah. I mean, and there are, like we've talked about before, it's a single cut. There are no cut scenes, literally. Everything is in-game footage, and it looks amazing. So, yeah, I understand that, and that's also another reason to really like it. But I want to see – I'm ready for the details now. I mean, I want to see the inventory. I want to see the overmap. I want to see how you buy things. I want to see how you interact or different options. I want to see that. I'm ready to see that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I'm so geeked about this game because knowing what they've done with Grand Theft Auto 5 and what Red Dead Redemption already was, and now you've got this game, and seeing some of the screenshots and the stills and the how realistic and how breathtaking this game looks, man, I can't wait for this game. I am very, very excited.
Yes.
As am I. I'm excited that John Marston is going to have at least some sort of role in this game. At least
showed him
in some of the story or cutscenes or whatever those were. Is it weird that one of the things I'm looking forward to in this game is I'm hoping they upgrade the like showdown in the street
stuff
gameplay thing.
Yeah,
because like before you could like challenge people to like go like just draw on the street and like have a shootout, and that was really, really fun to me. Because you could like provoke people into it, in Red Dead Redemption. So I'm looking forward to like seeing what they do with that mechanic.
It kind of makes me want to go back and play a little Red Dead.
Yeah,
honestly, like the first one.
You go play back on your Xbox One, backwards compatible.
Yeah, it's backwards compatible. I have it still. So.
Oh, you know what? Do you guys think that's available for PC now? I should look and see if that's available.
No, I don't believe it's ever come out for PC.
Crap. Wow.
I did read from IGN guys that they saw 45 minutes of gameplay, but they weren't allowed to show anything, and they weren't allowed to play it themselves.
Okay.
So they talked about. I was watching it a little bit today. I couldn't really watch a whole lot because I was at work, but they were talking about like things like your relationship with your horse, and how you basically from the moment you lasso your horse to like getting it and making it your own horse, and building a relationship with it, to where they even said like they were like going through a brook and this bear came out of the woods and the horse like skittered.
Yeah.
Or was skittish. Skitter's not a word. I was thinking skittish and jittered or something. But apparently like you can build more of a rapport with your horse to where your horse is more comfortable with you, and it doesn't do that as much. Controls better and all that kind of stuff. They were talking about different types of intimidation things with different types. Like in the original game, I'm pretty sure if you walked around with your gun out, people. I think that wasn't. I don't think that was anything new. Or maybe I think of a different game.
They react to you differently.
Yeah, people would be like, depending on. I think if you were like running with your gun, they would react one way. Yeah. If you just had your gun out, people would be like, at least be like, they'd comment. Yeah.
Well, in this one, they're talking about how, different types of people will respond to you differently too. There are more weak-minded or weak-willed people in the game, and then there are also strong-willed people. They were saying, like, for example, you can stick people up or rob people without even pulling a weapon, depending on what kind of person it is. I mean, other people will fight back. Some people will just, turn over and give you whatever. One of the things I thought was really cool is that you're dealing with being in a posse. You're dealing with being in a gang, you know, and you're part of this group. I can't remember if it's 6 or 7 or whatever. And again, didn't get to listen to all of it, heard bits and pieces of it. There's something about you can go out and hunt, and you can go out and do this stuff, and you can actually bring back and feed your band, your gang, and they will react different ways. They said it's not a management system in the game. Like, you don't have to do it, but it is a little bit rewarding, and some different perks maybe possibly from doing it.
That's cool.
But also they said one of the big things that they focused on this game was every character, from supporting characters to NPCs in towns, they have like a day-night cycle. They have something they do. They have something they're always doing. And so when you go into these towns, they're like alive. They are like, these people are actually doing jobs. They're not just standing around waiting for you to talk to them. They're doing stuff. They have like almost like Westworld. They set all these things on a path that they're doing. And as you interact, it might change a little bit, but they have, and like they were talking about, for example, when you approach different towns to sneak in or do certain things, during the day, there'll be one type of person, like one guard will be guarding a certain area, but at night it'll be a different guy in a different shift because the other guy is sleeping. The other guy is, you know, and stuff changes like that. It's not always the same person that's up 24 hours whenever you go there. And they don't just simply make the person disappear. I mean, they're actually somewhere doing something, and that works with your gang members as well as it does with people in towns, NPCs, and stuff like that.
Very cool.
So yeah, I mean, just the stuff I'm reading, man. I mean, the stuff they can do with the current gen consoles now, and the fact that this game was just, I mean, Red Dead Redemption, and I think that was Red Dead Redemption towards the end of the 360. Or PS3? No, Grand Theft Auto was the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Red
Dead was a while before, yeah.
But man, Red Dead is so good.
It's a great game.
I can't wait for this new iteration, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be incredible. Just can't wait for gameplay. I want to see gameplay. Give me some gameplay.
Yeah. All right. Next, we're going to talk about Nintendo. Remember, they're bringing out their online service plan coming up here this September.
Next, Mega Man 2.
Well, today they actually announced, literally hours earlier, announced some information talking about their online service. So I'm reading from Kotaku and Jason Schreier. Just kind of summarize some of his things. Obviously, we know they were talking about it being a $20 yearly fee. Launching in September. Some of the things you're going to get with this, it's going to obviously give you access to that smartphone app, which is going to let you do online chat, which is, we know, way out there. We're not going to harp on that anymore right now. But it's also going to let you get in on 20 NES games that you can play online. And apparently some of them are going to add some online features as well. So with the online play added to every classic game, you can compete or cooperate online with friends, share your screen or pass controller depending on the game. With Nintendo Switch Online smartphone app, you can also voice chat during your play sessions. These are 10 of the games that were announced of the 20. So I'm going to run through these real quick. They're going to be part of it at launch. Ice Climber, Legend of Zelda, Balloon Fight, Soccer, Tennis, Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros, Dr. Mario, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Donkey Kong. They said the release or announced 10 more of the other games later, as well as how cloud saving is going to work. So as you know now, you cannot back up your saves on your Nintendo Switch. If you lose it, it gets stolen, whatever, it gets ruined. Your progress in Zelda, your progress in Mario Odyssey is gone, is lost. You cannot recoup that. So they're going to add, with this $20 a year fee, you're going to get some cloud save as well. They haven't said how much space or exactly how it'll all work, but it is going to be part of that. They still have yet to mention any kind of virtual console verbiage, plan, program at all. So let's see here. So $4 for 1 month, $8 for 3 months, $20 for a full year. And then there's also going to be a family membership allowing up to 8 family accounts to use the same subscription for $35. So, for instance, on my Switch, I have a profile for me, for my daughter, and for my son. We could sign up $20 each individually for each account, or we can sign up for $30 to $5, and that'll allow for them to be on the same online program, which I think is a cool deal. So let's see here. Online features including Nintendo eShop, friend registration and management, the sharing of screenshots over social network, parental controls, updates, and other things like that. So not a whole lot of new information other than some specific games, cloud sharing or cloud saving, which is a big deal, and some of the co-op and competitive things as well. Yeah.
Haven't there been rumors of like Nintendo being able to help people recover save data?
Yes. People have seen their saves like show up later. It looks like they have a way that they're doing it, but they're not saying that it's available.
Gotcha. So it's not like something you can count on, but it's something they're already capable of, probably in preparation for being able to charge for it now.
Sounds like it, yeah. So
interesting.
It's a weird time to come. I mean, I know Japanese time, they're a lot way off for us here in the US, but for a Monday night late announcement on your stuff just out of the blue,
yeah,
and not really a whole lot of new information other than like the cloud save is like the big deal.
Do they? Sorry, so they are saying that cloud save is part of the paid service, right? So if you don't,
assumedly not access to that, no. So, all right, next, some old Nintendo type news. Mega Man 2 and X are getting re-releases in a cart form. They're doing 8,500 copies. There will be $100 each, and 1 in 8 will be a glow-in-the-dark cartridge. So Mega Man 2 is an NES cart, and the Mega Man X is a SNES cart. They're like a light blue or clear color, and then 1 in 8 just randomly will be a glow-in-the-dark cart as well. 8-bit, what is it? 8bitsomething.com is the website that's making them. It will be the actual game. You'll be able to put it in a console, and it'll work just like it does, just like the original cart did. And they look real cool. Josh, Mega Man X, your favorite Mega Man game.
Yeah, I was so excited. Like when we were talking about this earlier, I was so excited about this. And then I saw that they're going to be charging $100 for it. And I was like, I don't know how anybody is going to buy a NES or a Super NES cart for $100. Like, it's just a cart. Like, it's not even, there's not like a bunch of collectibles that come with it. It
comes with the box. It comes with an instruction book as well.
Right, like, but it's original packaging. Like, yeah, but it's not actually original packaging.
Right.
And so, like, it just I don't know, man. You
got to be a Mega Man fan, and a lot of this stuff
money grabby.
Yeah, and the fact that they made them limited, 8,500 total, gets the collector people wanting them. So interesting, cool to look at. I would check them out, look them up, see what they look like. They're pretty neat looking.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. I'm sure if they do well, they'll do more or other games. So next, God of War. We talked about that in our What We Play section. Come to find out, that game, Dave's shaking his head, that game sold 3.1 million copies in its first 3 days.
That's insane.
In the wild, making it the PlayStation 4's fastest selling exclusive games. I think in the first month or week, I can't remember the time frame, Horizon Zero Dawn sold 2.7 million. Obviously, that's a new IP from a developer that we're not used to doing that type of game. Great game, come to find out. Even Uncharted 4 did not sell 3 million copies in its first 3 days. So fastest selling IP or fastest selling game on the PlayStation 4 to date. Well worth it. 3 million in first 3 days. Pretty great. Next couple things are rumors. One a little bit more hype than the other one. First one, I'll say not the biggest hype. Remedy announced, I guess this is not a rumor, this is a fact. Remedy announced that they're showing their new game at E3 this year. Remedy's the Alan Wake and Quantum Break developers have a brand new IP that they will be showing. It is not an Xbox exclusive. It'll be a PlayStation game as well. They're showing what it is at this E3. Not a huge, I mean, fun and interesting. I don't know if it's a huge surprise. It makes sense that they would have something new coming out. Maybe the bigger news is that it's not Xbox exclusive.
If it's not Xbox exclusive, do you think that rules out the possibility of a Quantum Break sequel?
Yeah, I think it's a brand new IP, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
So,
I hope it's horror related.
Could be. The next one, which is a rumor for sure, not confirmed, but it has been a rumor that's been going around for a long time, and
including
that is
from me, actually a prediction.
Oh yeah,
that I made.
Prediction, right? And that is that Rocksteady, makers of the Batman Arkham games, are indeed making an open world Superman game. So a user on 4chan, which a lot of times you get some of these, sometimes true, sometimes not. Rumors on this website, and he wanted not to say who he was because apparently it could be false, whatever. So the rumor is Rocksteady is developing a Superman game that can rival the Batman Arkham series. Here are some of the details the user on 4chan is saying is the case. It will be on Unreal Engine 4. It'll be a big open world metropolis larger than the map of Arkham Knight with more buildings. You cannot play as Clark Kent. The main villain is Brainiac. Nerfed Superman, so I guess that means he's not super all-powerful. I don't know. See here, semi-destructible environment similar to Arkham Knight, but not like the levolution of buildings being toppled. Combat system is a mixture of the free-flow combat system introduced in the Arkham games, while integrating flight into kind of like Dragon Ball Z flight, punching someone in mid-air. It will be set in the same universe as the Arkham Batman games, and it has tons of Easter eggs to Superman lore and some of the events that took place in the Batman Arkham franchise. So Rocksteady has been working on a game they have to have been. We have not heard or seen. Nothing has been announced. Arkham Knight came out, man, how many years? I want to say like 2014-ish, maybe. I don't know for sure, but it's been a while. So they've obviously had to be working on something. This rumor has gone out before that Superman could be what they're doing. What do you guys think? Is this something that you would like to see be done, a Superman game set in that kind of style? Or do you think, Superman games are hard to make?
Yeah, I got to say, when you first said to rival the Batman Arkham, that's language that's just dangerous.
Sure.
The gate.
Yeah.
Because those games are, some of them better than others, but they are really good games.
Mm-hmm.
And they fit, we've not seen them do something other than that as far as superhero. So it's easy to say that it fits the Batman thing, but the detective work, the slower pace, Superman, like when I think about flying around and the punching and then zooming and punching again, and, never playing as Clark Kent, it's like, why would you? You're not going to be walking around much,
right?
You're going to constantly be flying around, fighting in the air, and do what? Like, what are the things you're going to do that is going to make this game have depth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because Batman has crime,
detective vision,
detective work, murder cases that he has to figure out. It's always been a challenge to create enemies that are worthwhile for Superman. You have to either nerf them down, like this rumored game is talking about doing, or they have to be some unstoppable, thing to where you couldn't set it in Earth because there's so much collateral damage.
Right. So rather than play against Superman's weaknesses as like strength and speed, play against his sympathy, and like Brainiac holds entire civilizations hostage,
Yeah.
And Superman couldn't just come in fists blazing if you destroy an entire civilization because Brainiac's got it in a bottle somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. If anyone's going to be able to do it, Rocksteady, I think, is a great choice. With what they did with those Batman games, they're fantastic. But Batman and Superman, way different. And it'll be interesting. I look forward to. I would assume if this is indeed the case, E3 would be the place we'd hear about it. Maybe it's not ready for this year, but we're probably going to, if it is true, we'll get some kind of trailer or some kind of announcement that WB and Rocksteady are indeed doing this. There's no doubt that WB or that Rockstar is going to do something in that Warner Brothers family. So, that could be Ninja Turtles, that could be another Batman, Suicide Squad, that DC universe too. So, it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited. I'd be cool with it. I'd be cautiously optimistic for a Rocksteady Superman game.
I just don't know why you would go down this road when we've already got N64 Superman,
and Josh just guessed the 20 questions game just now, so Sweet. That's the end of the podcast. Superman 64, notoriously a terrible, terrible game.
It's real bad.
All right, well, that's all the news I have for you this week. We are going to finish off this episode, hour and 20 minutes in, so it's going to be a lightning quick Evan Steele round of 20 questions. That is Game Scoops. 20 questions. All right, so quickly, gentlemen, let me pull this up on the Wikipedia. And
I thought you were going to say the Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Called Nick Cage in.
Oh, wow. No, that wasn't my plan.
No?
No, I wasn't planning on that. So let's see here. Hold on.
You know what? I just found out the other day. My girlfriend has not seen Gone in 60 Seconds, and that needs to be corrected.
All right. It needs to be corrected immediately.
Yeah. Well, report back to us when that happens. All right.
She also said she likes Nicolas Cage movies. I'm surprised she has to see that one.
There's great.
Plenty of those around.
Man, I don't care what anybody says. Nick Cage is a great actor.
Yeah, step off the cage, okay?
Wow, I wasn't. Man, I was just saying there's a lot of Nicolas Cage movies out there.
He's got depth.
Face Off is great. The Rock, fantastic.
He's been a part of a lot of really great films.
He was almost Superman.
He was almost Superman. I think
you
need to watch that documentary.
It could happen to you. Beautiful movie.
So, who wants to start the questioning for Game Scoops 20 questions this week?
Chad. The game that you have chosen.
I'm not going to start. You
is.
Oh, okay. The game that you've chosen is Superman.
And if it's not, you lose.
In this game that you have chosen, does the character you play as, do you have superhuman abilities at any point during the game?
Josh, I'm not even kidding. I was going to ask the exact same question.
Yes.
Hey, yo.
Yes,
1 for 1.
Chad, is your character in the Marvel world of characters, superhero characters?
No.
All right. Chad, is the character you play as a known... No, I'm not going to ask.
Kleptomaniac.
Is this based on a licensed property?
No.
That's a good question. That would have ruled out Marvel for sure. Superhuman abilities. Is that how you phrased it, Josh?
Yep.
Superhuman abilities, not a licensed property.
So it could be something like Infamous.
Yep.
You know,
very, very true. Or Infamous. Oh, I guess I was thinking of exactly the same game. It was just the sequel. Infamous Second Son. As if it was a different franchise.
Or Crackdown.
Crackdown. What's that weird game? Prototype. Prototype was another
Prototype. Crisis, I think.
Yep. Another good one.
Yeah.
Although are those superhuman if it's like engineered, like technically engineered?
Yeah, Crisis was because of the suit he was wearing, so that may not be superhuman.
That's always a question. This is a tangent, but like, does Captain America have human abilities? He would be considered a superhuman, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
That would be.
Even if it's so would like Wolverine. I think even if it's like engineered, if it's like part of their genetics and DNA at that point.
Because I think about that, like Captain America can almost. It was like people are talking about, oh yeah, almost holding back Thanos. Everything about him was engineered on Earth by humans, whereas Thor is a god, and I mean even the Hulk is engineered. I guess it's sort of a lot of them are from Earth.
Iron Man would not be superhuman. He's just ultra rich and wears a suit.
Yeah.
Every time somebody asks me what superpower I'd like to have of any of the Avengers, I always say Tony Stark. I want to be ultra unimaginably rich.
Evan, chill out.
This is not a lightning
round. Chad.
Yeah.
My question?
Yes.
Okay. Chad, is this let's see, can you think of any one-offs, Josh? I'm going to ask the series question, but
one-offs
that are superhuman. Chad, let's just say this. Chad, does this game have a game in its series that's on current gen?
Does this game have a game in its series on current gen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Answered multiple questions with a question.
So Dave, does that mean that this could be a Star Wars game even? Would you consider Jedi powers to be superhuman abilities?
Man, that's a good question, but that's definitely licensed property.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But I think I would.
Oh, we know it's a series.
Have to call that superhuman. Yeah, it's a series, and there's a game on current gen. We don't know if this game is on current gen.
Okay.
Now, God of War is not a licensed property.
That's true. That's true.
So
and he used to be human.
Yeah. Well, being a god, I mean, Thor would have superhuman abilities too, right?
Yeah, yeah. It'd be like, yeah, because basically it just means beyond human, like more than human. All right.
Good. Chad. Oh, that was me that said.
Yeah,
God of War.
Good job, me.
But yeah, good
Thanks.
Job. Chad, is this game a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes.
Chad, is your character known for his fits of rage?
Yeah.
Man, he went with the.
He sort of thought about it.
Fast.
Is he trying to throw us off?
No, I think he was. Did we just lose him? I think
he's gone.
I think he was playing to the obvious.
Oh, Dave, I always forget Kratos' mythology because whoever really cared about his mythology until now.
No, really.
He accidentally killed his wife and child, right?
Daughter, yeah.
Daughter, okay.
I only know that. Yeah, I only played a little bit of God of War 3, but I read up on the mythology before the game, if the new one came out.
All right.
So yeah, he accidentally killed his daughter and wife.
Okay. So is Chad back?
Yes.
Hey, there he is.
All
right. Chad, my next question is, did the main character in this game at one point accidentally kill his wife and daughter?
Wait, don't answer. Are you asking on purpose if this is the game in which he did it, or if this character in this?
Just the character in general.
Okay, so did the character in general? So you're still asking if this is Kratos from God of War,
basically.
Not if this was.
Not if this is a specific game in which this happened.
Yeah, I don't remember if it actually happened in one of the games. I know you find out it happened, but I can't. I've never played the first one, so I don't know.
It's been a very long time, but I'm just trying to figure out if that's the character. So, did this character, Chad, that you play as, at one point, did this character accidentally kill his wife and daughter?
Yes.
Okay. So we know it's Kratos. There is a game in the series playable. I
believe it's pronounced.
It's the new one.
Kratos.
Chadwick was. Here's another 2-for-1. Does this game bookend the series?
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 1 or 4.
Wow, nice one, Dave. Chad, is this game on current gen?
No.
I think it's 2005. We never even asked the date question. That's weird. No. This is the first time we've never asked the date question, other than like maybe when we first. Wow, Chad, is this God of War?
It is, and that's 10.
Excellent.
Good job. Yep, 2005. It came out on the PlayStation 2, and very good. You got it. You nailed it. You you brought it up on question number 4. Very good. Yeah. I don't know how you got there, but
I think I could have done it without the question about him killing it. I was pretty sure it was Kratos when I asked the rage question, but Chad accidentally dropping out, I think, threw us off.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what happened there.
Although I did get 2.
That was, you need to write those down.
Yeah, those are good
to use those questions again, because that was well done. Well thought.
bookending. Yeah.
Bookending. That's good. All right, there you go. God of War, how it all started, 2005. I never played that one either, but it's out there. And universally one of the best PlayStation 2 games, people say. So there we go. That's going to do it for this week. Remember to like it, thumb it up if you want, thumb it down if you don't. Plus what?
No, you said remember to, and I said floss, and then
floss. Remember to
at the same time, and
it drowned you out. Okay, so that's it. We're going to be done. If you want to play Fortnite with us, we're going to play a little bit. You can
we are.
Hit us up. I thought. Well, we talked about it. We got responses from 2/3 of the group. The 1/3 just never responded. 8 hours later,
I never saw the question.
So, if you'd like to hit us up, if you're watching live, go ahead and let us know. Otherwise, you can watch it on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Head over to Patreon if you'd like to help us out. We appreciate everything you do. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Peace of fire roasted pizza.
They can't hear the fire.
Yeah, but YouTube.
Pyro. All right, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thumb it up.
Thumb it up.